Hey guys, so I know I haven't been doing readings in a while, but I'm getting back on it and life happens. But anyway, this is your reading not only for the weekend but for the new moon, which I am gonna get back into doing the choose your destiny readings. It's just not the time. So what have I been up to? A lot of things. One, I started why I keep looking down. I don't know why I keep looking down. But anyway, I have a couple of projects that I'm working on that it's not coming out yet, but they will be out soon. Or I should say, releasing them and talking more about them soon. Um, oh, excuse me. That was very rude. I'm sorry. Let's see. Other than that, no, I don't have anything to show you that I bought. Not really. Um, Other than that, let's see. Like I said, I started a new blog. Um, if you've been paying attention, I revamped my website and all my other like graphics, at least aesthetically. That's the word, ain't it? It's going to be a word if it's not. But at least the look of it, I revamped it, and I'm doing a couple of things. Like I said, for like the umpteenth time, the blog. So the second post is up, and the second post is dedicated to the new moon and the history of it. So if you want to read that, go to my blog. But for now, I'm just going to do a reading for the weekend with my favorite house tonight. I don't know. I don't know why I don't know the name of these cards by now. You would think by now I would know. But my favorite card is the Wisdom of the House tonight. So let's go. And while I'm doing that, I'm gonna give you just a brief history of. No, I'm not. I'm lying. Oh, I guess that's gonna be the first card. So let's see what the energies are for this weekend. If you notice, I stopped saying the date because I always get the date wrong. I don't know why, so I just figured instead of trying to look up the date and get the dates right before I do the video, just not gonna say it. uh, let's see. Come on, come on, come on. Can y'all hear that? That is a loud train. You hardly ever hear the trains around here. I mean, there's a lot of train tracks around here. You just hardly ever hear the trains on them. They usable, they work. You just never really. Hear them. It's three. Let's stick with three. Do three. Because it is the new moon and we're going to stick with the goddess and everything. So we're just going to do three cards. Okay? So let's see what we got. Do. Ooh, I am liking these cards. So the cards that I got one is the complicated card, but it was upside down. So that means right now things are not complicated. They're so not complicated. There's no reason for you to make it complicated, and you're hopefully already know where you belong. This is the belonging card, which hopefully you know right now. You know where you belong. You know what you want to do. You know where you belong. You know how you want to achieve that. I said in my other video, I believe the last video reading that I said, now's the time to now's the creation period where it's time to work on your project. Not necessarily give them to the world or blossom and bloom, but at least get a plan set, get details set, get the foundations of these things going. Um, as far as a foundation, by now you should know who you want in your life and who you don't. It is almost midnight, at least Eastern Standard Time. So, Venus retrograde, I'm sorry, not Mercury. While we're still in a Mercury retrograde, Venus retrograde is basically over. Yay! For those of you, had a hard time dealing with it. And so some of the rose colors will be blindness we put back on as of Saturday. But we are still in a Mercury retrograde, which is why this card came up, which is the risk card, but it was upside down. So with that risk card being upside down, it's saying now is not the time to take risks, which is true because we're in a Mercury retrograde. This Mercury retrograde is never the time to take a risk, especially with money, finances, and like big purchases and things like that. Starting big ideas, we may need a loan or where it's a lot involved. Now it's not really the time. You want to hold on to the end of Mercury retrograde, which is, I believe, I'll know the exact date the next video, but right now we're in and right now we're in the shadow phase of Mercury retrograde, meaning it's not the height, it's just the little energies. So you may have noticed a little bit of miscommunication with people. You may have noticed a little bit of the electronics messing up. Um, it'll get better and by the end of March. March 30th? March 30th, I believe, is the day that Mercury retrograde will be ending, or no, I believe it ends before March 30th. I want to say March 22nd. Not really showing the exact date, but around that time. We're not in the red days of Mercury retrograde yet, which is the main part of Mercury retrograde, which is what most people focus on. But we are in the shadow phase leading up to it. Um, so with these cards, like I said, things are uncomplicated. This is the time now where you want to remember how people treated you, how you treat other people. You want to reflect on those things to see if you really want these people in your life. This is the time where you really want to write things down. So if you do not have a Mercury retrograde in your birth chart, and you know you're tempted to forget, or this is the time where you know if you're very talkative, you want to keep to yourself a little bit because it may be a very discording time. Discord. I love My Little Ponies. Anyway, it may be a very discording time between you and others around you. So you want to just hone it down. We go through 3 retrogrades a year, and this is the first one at the beginning of the year. You just want to tone it down a little bit. For those you branching out, doing new products, doing new things, like right now is the perfect time if you get everything together to do like a soft launch. I'm sorry, soft launch. Maybe test it out on your friends if it does not gonna cost you too much money. Let only a few people know that need to know. Not everybody, just a few people that need to know. Do a soft launch with them. Um, with this new moon under Aquarius, which is the great knower, it's a good time to not saying follow the advice of others, but at least get the advice and opinions of those who can actually help you with what you're doing, and just write it down and take note of it for later. The new moon energy kind of helps the Mercury retrograde in a way. Um, it kind of helps Mercury retrograde in a way, but with the Mercury, I'm seeing the sun. I don't. I'm seeing charts in my head. I'm sorry, I've been doing a couple of charts a day and everything, and I'm mixing the chart I pulled for the new moon and the other people's charts, and I'm seeing things all over the place. So I'm gonna back up off of that. That's what I'm gonna do. Anyway, this is your reading for this weekend. Let's get it done for this weekend. Basically, just hold off on that project just a little bit, but make sure you got all your ducks around your foundations in line. And I'm gonna say that's pretty much it. For the for the new moon people, you still have time to do rituals if you haven't done a ritual. And you could just do a simple ritual as into honoring the new moon, or honoring the moon energy, honoring the energies of the night, and honoring the energies of the goddess. Simply by lighting, I personally, for me, do gold candles, but I know majority of people do silver candles. I personally love doing for the goddess gold, which I'm not going to explain why I do the gold. That's a personal thing that I do the gold. But purple, because that's the color of royalty, and of course a black candle or a really dark blue candle for the color of night. Everybody, if you're not working with one specific goddess, you just want to honor the goddess energy, those are the ones I work with. Most people work with silver candles, white or light blue for moon energy. Uh, Whatever offerings to the goddess, it could be simple as jewelry, um, certain whatever goddess you work with, I would say work with that. But just in general, just simple jewelry, just perfumes, herbs like lavender, jasmine. I say lavender, jasmine a lot because I love those. But hibiscus. Even though hibiscus is not hibiscus. Am I saying? I'm still saying it wrong here now. I think I'm still saying it wrong. But either way, hibiscus, which is not one of my favorites, but it's a good one. Especially since we're under Aquarius, star anise or star anise, however you say it. I don't have one around me to show you. No, I don't. But they're very good because that deals with higher knowledge and things like that. Um, if you want to do baths, right now be baths are calling creative energies to help you get you through this Mercury retrograde, all these things like that. So that is going to be the end of this reading. I hope it helps. I haven't seen you in such a long time, so I just want to ramble for hours anyway. So with that, I'm going to let y'all go. Everybody have a blessed weekend. Peace. I can't find it to stop the video.